This is an episode of News with Tom Numbers. So, there's been a lot going on. I've been very busy on Twitter, resurrecting my YouTube, and continually posting here on locals. But this is a specific episode for News with Tom Numbers, where I get to show you some newspaper headlines and do the codes on them for you. So people will know that follow my work closely. I did a video on Sunday evening. Tonight is Tuesday evening. I was down. Where was I? Yeah, I was down on the peninsula of the Purbeck, the Isle of Purbeck, a beautiful place called the Pig, which is so like a restaurant, a beer garden. It's just lovely, and you can look out across the sea. Anyway, so I found a nice quiet spot. I had Old Harry Rocks behind me, Isle of Wight even further in the distance, and I was doing everything. I called it Trump versus Kennedy, because Donald J. Trump, 148, and Robert F. Kennedy, 162, added together comes to 310. I said 310 comes to the quantum financial system, comes to the creature from Jekyll Island. But it points to the showdown, I believe, that's going to happen with them two in the election of 2024. Because it's a leap year, November 5th, the date of the election, we've always been told to remember the 5th of November. I also did the comparison of Batman and Superman, those two characters, and I was saying, well, which one's which? Because Trump has said he's Batman. RFK, I think, is R in the Q post, Robin. But Quantum is 107 Superman. Trump's 107. I made the comparison between RFK and JFK, and when JFK comes back, that's like a Superman resurrection moment, and I think those two are actually interchangeable, which I explained in my video. But the 309th day of the year, the shot heard around the world, is November 5th. But on a leap year, you have to add another day. So it takes you to 310. The 310th day of the year is November 5th in 2024. And there's a scripture at the end of the book of Malachi, well, in Malachi, the end of the Old Testament, whether people are Christian or biblical or spiritual, it doesn't matter. It's a reference point. It's in popular culture. It's in history. But Malachi 3:10 describes Nasara and Jasara. And I mentioned this in the video. So it's on my YouTube. It's on Twitter as well. Have a look at the video. And you'll get a lot more codes. But this is the crazy thing. So I mentioned in that verse, it talks about the windows of heaven. Here you go. Look at this. So basically, it describes Nasara and Jasara. It talks about God pouring out a blessing upon the people, so much so that they don't have enough room to receive it. And hang on, if you want to keep watching, subscribe. There you go. You got a minute. But it's well worth it. It's just $5 a month or $50 for the year. And on this channel, it means I can talk freely. I can avoid censorship. I can speak freely. I can say words I want to. So I'd encourage you to do that. And it's really helpful if you support the channel. I can do more work and I can keep pumping out the numbers for you. So I know a lot of people have subscribed. I'm grateful for them. Also, as well, if you join the community, it's free to join. You're getting on my email list, which effectively allows me to communicate with you without when things happen. I'll just keep it at that. But it helps. It helps you and me connect directly. So just enter your email, join locals. You'll be part of my community. And then you have the chance to become a subscriber, which is just $5 a month. It will probably go up actually in a little while. I'll give people plenty of time on that, but I think that might go up in the next maybe month or so. So it's good to get in now. And once you're in, that's the price fixed for you forever. So only over time, I think the price will go up gradually. So if you want to get the best price, then join now. Anyway, and thank you to all those that have. And the best value is to do it annually, just $50 a month. So, that being said, the windows of heaven is a biblical reference, in my opinion, that talks about Nasara and Jasara. Jasara plus Nasara comes to Batman plus Robin, comes to 109. 109 comes to Daily Star, the newspaper that I get the feedback communication with all the time. So I mentioned specifically in this video on Sunday evening about the windows of heaven because the reference is Malachi 3:10. 3:10 is that date with President Trump and I think RF Kennedy going head to head for the election. A lot of things can happen in between, but I do think that's a focal point. They're putting it right to the wire. The other thing is we've been told to remember the 5th of November. And the 5th of November is 197, which is Every Last Secret, which was reference to that Diana book with Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone is 243. Robert Kennedy Jr., Junior, is 243. JFK Eternal Flame is also 243. The City of Westminster is 243. So there's a lot of important, powerful numbers with it. That's where Diana was with her funeral, 9:08 in the morning, 9 plus 8, 17, Q, etc. So anyway, this reference, I'll show it to you so you can have a look. Can you read that? Is that clear enough for you? I hope so. Took a screenshot of it. Anyway, so it says, bring the full tithe into the storehouse so that there may be food in my house. Test me in this. This is a different version, but says the Lord of hosts, see if I will not open the windows of heaven and pour out for you a blessing without measure. Other versions say a blessing without so much, without the room to receive it. The important thing to know about this is window is 88, which is Trump. 88 miles per hour is the Back to the Future speed. Back to the Future says that November 5th is when time travel was invented. That's Emmett Brown. Emmett Brown's 148, Simple Gematria, Donald J. Trump 148. So he was the inventor of time travel. There's the Baron Trump, Ingersoll Lockwood books. Windows is plural of 88, so it's add an S. S is 19, DNA, add that together. That comes to 107, which is Trump's, which is quantum, which is Superman, which is currency. I did a video or commentary on that about a week ago. We're switching over. Superman switched it when they tried to take his powers. I think that's happened with a lot of this stuff with Operation Warp Speed. Anyway, so the key words, windows of heaven, and open. So open the windows of heaven. Okay, so my my conduit for all my confirmation of my work are the tabloids. It's many things, but definitely there. And in the Daily Star in particular. Daily Star is Jasara 109, which is describing this windows of heaven. And I've been talking about this reference for a long time. President Trump used to go down to the wall at Yuma, 310 to Yuma. And I'd always say that's a reference to it. He'd go down there, and that was a reference to Malachi 3:10, the windows of heaven. Well, guess what? The Daily Star has popped up with. So today, it's later this evening now, but today's paper, which was today, look at this. Best stay away from open windows. So there it's clearly referencing open windows. It's playing with the phrase, but it's also Daily Star. So Daily Star is 109, which is Jasara Nasara. Daily's 51, which is Batman, which is Jasara. Nasara is 58, which is Ivanka, which is Star, which is XRP, which is Robin, which is Nessara. Adding together is 109, which is Sight Club, Zapruder, Diana Spencer, Witness, 17, all those things. When you spell 17, it's 109. So Nasara Jasara, open windows of heaven. There you go. There you go. And I spoke about it clearly. So my point is, I'm very grateful for what's going on. The question is, who is doing these messages? Is it my future self? Is it my cousin Paul? Has he come back in time? Is it President Trump? Is it Q? Is it all of the above? Is it the Kennedys? Is it Diana? Something's going on, people. Put in the comments your synchronicity, because I know people that contact when we get your own synchronicities, because this is the Great Awakening 169. Trump Tower, Thomas Bushnell 169. I think the Gematria King is 169. I have to check, is it? Robert Zemeckis, the director of Back to the Future. It's all of this stuff. It's all of these things. And Gematria King is 115, which is Twitter, which is the Bluebird Hotel is I am Twitter 138 Donald Trump revaluation. But look at the date. So 11/5, what date's that? It could be May 11th, but it's also November 5th, which is Twitter. And if you do 115, so if you do, or 115, let's do 115. So 115, that's why you could say it, is, I guess I would say the January 15th, but if I was talking and I said 115, I could reference it to Twitter, November 5th, 11/5, but also I'd probably say it 115. So, or 115. So if I said 115, 1 is 34, DJT, Grace, Leap, Quantum Leap, and 93 is 15. So 34, so 1, spell 1 and then spell 15. Takes you to 127. 127 takes you to the Ace of Spades, John Magic. And if you spell November, which is 94, and you do 5th, so November 5th, you write it that way, it comes to 127, the Ace of Spades. So you can see how all of this works. Everything folds back in. It's a continual, beautiful, spiritual, 5-dimensional consciousness, a fractal, a kaleidoscope of consciousness and possibilities. Holographic reality, that's what it is. All right, everyone. I'm going to say good night. God bless. So just to keep you in the picture, so when you subscribe to Locals, you'll get all my content here first. Sometimes I might put up a Twitter video if I'm out and about and I feel I just need to put a Twitter message out. In terms of News with Tom numbers, that will always be first on Locals. So you know that when you're subscribing to Locals, you're getting News with Tom numbers. That's where you're getting it first. Uncensored, not edited or anything like that. And then when I do interviews, when I do the Tom Numbers show, I'm doing that on my Site Club channel. Usually I have to edit 1 or 2 bits depending on what the guest says. Usually I'll put the unedited version here again on Local, so you're getting as much hot off the press content as possible here. And then I'll put that out on YouTube a little later once we've edited it. There you'll get ads. That's just part of YouTube, but it's free to watch. Or you can just pay the $5 a month if you want to. And probably about 1 in 10 people are doing that, which is great. So thank you. But yeah, you'll get it first here, unedited, without censorship, and without any ads. So you'll get it first here. But you'll always get News with Tom numbers first here. And you'll get some Twitter videos and you'll get some of the YouTube videos, interviews down here as well first. But they're like bonuses. So the main thing that you'll get is News with Tom numbers. All right, so you'll get that guaranteed. And I look forward to seeing you. And get on the email list. So my email list is my Locals community. You just enter your email, you join Locals community, and by doing that, you get on my email list. So it's really important to do that. And then we can keep in touch. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the newspapers, whoever's doing it, whether it's me, future self, a combination of guides, divinity, Q team, God, aliens, whoever and whatever it is, I'm very grateful for it. Arcturian Higher Council, thank you. Yeah, I'm very grateful and appreciative. And I know my viewers, you guys and girls, are as well for the synchronicities you get. And that's what makes this all so perfect and magical and wonderful.